It's a gloomy day in New York, as our friendly neighborhood Spider-Man finds himself perched atop one of Brooklyn's many buildings as he chows down on some Chinese takeout in the middle of a downpour. During his meal, Pete discovers a strip of paper inside the takeout box that tells him his fortune, indicating that today is his lucky day. Well, the wall crawler isn't at all convinced.
Lucky day. My soaking wet size 9s. No sooner do I drop my last dime on a hot lunch than the sky opens up. I could swear I saw a guy over on Flatbush building an ark.
Pete reminds himself that he has to meet his sweet old Aunt May at the local feast center soon. But with this weather, chances are he's going to be late. That is until the wind blows and a small plastic card latches itself on Spidey's makeshift umbrella.
Man, what I wouldn't give for car fare.
Pete grabs the piece of plastic stuck to his web umbrella and notices that it's a Metro card for the subway. And for a second, the web slinger thinks that this day might just be his lucky day, just as his fortune had predicted. In fact, Pete soon finds out that the strip of paper from his Chinese takeout might be right when he discovers that the Metro card he chanced upon still had credits in it.
Yes, one ride left.
Congratulations, Mr. Trump. Do you mind celebrating somewheres else?
No limousine for you.
Cheer up, why don't you?
Pal, you'd be stunned at how little it takes to make a guy like me happy.
Convinced that today could be his fortunate day, Peter Parker gains momentum as he rushes to board the train bound for his destination, amidst a sea of typically angry New Yorkers. Seconds later, he spots the nearest train car just about to close in front of him.
Hold the door. Thanks.
Next train.
But that's not for 20.
Next train.
Surprisingly enough, an attractive woman in another car calls to him, which makes Pete further believe that his fortunes have finally fully turned around today.
Hey, cutie. Come on.
Pete rushes toward the next car to make the trip, but not before wondering what's going on with the one he just got barred from entering.
What was that about? There can't be more than a dozen passengers or so on that car. It's emptier than Aunt May's swear jar.
Hurry.
Pete arrives just in time, adding to his belief that it's a fortunate day. Moments later, the train leaves and Pete finds himself in close proximity to the same girl who held the door for him.
Whew. Sorry, it's like surfing, isn't it? This stretch is always really lurchy.
I'm a great surfer. I love being out in the sun with the surf and the pounding waves and the... Ooh!
I bet you, it's warm in here. Are you warm?
And if today's most recent events weren't enough to convince you that today is undoubtedly Peter Parker's lucky day, the girl starts hitting on him.
Not really. Don't tell anyone, but I have hardly anything on under this raincoat.
Why would that be?
I'm a model. I was on my way to a photo shoot, but it got canceled. Which sucks because I really need these pictures. What do you do?
On top of meeting an attractive woman and getting a free ride on the subway, Pete might even be looking at a huge job opportunity right now. But you can always trust that old Parker luck to trump any good fortune that Spider-Man accrues. In the middle of their conversation, Pete feels his head throb when his trademark spider senses kick in.
You okay, Dollface?
Not with my spider sense going off like a fire alarm, no. I can't even tell where the danger's coming from. Not sardine crammed into this crowd. Wait, something about that rear car.
And just like that, Pete's good luck runs out. First, the pretty lady finds him rude when he abruptly excuses himself to wade through the sea of people to reach the rear car of the train. He eventually reaches the door, but there's one problem.
Too late.
It only takes a few seconds as the car he and the other New Yorkers are in suddenly collapses from a devastating explosion. It went dark after that. Moments later, the passengers inside the car recover from the explosion to find that Peter, now in his spider suit, desperately holding the roof of the collapsed train car to protect a couple of people.
Little help here?
Pete's fortunes start to take a nosedive when, in true Marvel fashion, the people of New York accuse him of tearing down the tunnel and causing the cave-in.
No good deed. Story of my life. I can't hold up the East River. Much longer, folks. Buddy, grab that woman.
Thankfully, cooler heads prevail when another passenger convinces the others that Spider-Man is actually keeping the roof from fully collapsing on their heads. They manage to help the wall crawler rescue the other passengers. Just in the nick of time, too, as Spidey rolls away from the collapsing roof before it could crush him. But he's not out of the woods yet. A panicked cop points a gun at Spider-Man and calls for his partner to arrest the superhero. However, we soon find out that the cop's partner had been taken out when the roof at the other end of the car collapsed on top of him. The panicked cop almost shoots Spidey, but he thwips his pistol away.
You're upset. I understand. Don't take it out on me.
The wall crawler then addresses the other passengers, telling them that he has good news and bad news. The good news is that the other cars are probably safe from the explosion that rocked them. But then,
That said, I need to know if anyone saw how or why, because random earthquakes don't happen in New York.
we then find out from the old man that the reason the train car from earlier blocked Peter from entering was because it contained an entire convoy of people serving as the jury for the Giacomo trial.
Giacomo? He's one of Carmine Carnelli's boys. Are you saying Carnelli put out a hit on the whole jury?
Shortly after, Spider-Man leads the other survivors out of the ruined train car to find a way above ground. He notices that the same old man he's been talking to seems familiar, but their conversation is interrupted when the roof of the subway collapses. To make matters worse, water from the river right above them starts gushing out of the hole in the roof of the subway. So Spider-Man does what he does best, use his web shooters to patch up the hole and save everyone from drowning. He and his companions eventually reach an emergency ladder. The wall crawler decides to survey ahead to see what's waiting for them on the other end of the ladder. And that's when a metallic hand grabs him by the wrist.
Good call. Long time no, creep. What's the matter? Didn't expect to see your old pal, the Shocker?
Shocker reveals that he's been hired by the Carnelli family to assassinate the jurors inside the subway train. Moments later, he and Spider-Man find themselves locked in close quarters combat.
What's the matter? Not too smart to pick a fight in tight quarters, is it? Not with somebody who hits as hard as I do and can literally shake your punches right off.
So far, it seems that luck is not on Spider-Man's side. That is until he reveals his plan to defeat Shocker.
Think again, Bunky. Tight spaces are a plus with you, because I can't remember when I've gotten up close and personal enough to you to do this.
Spidey crushes Shocker's electric gauntlets with his bare hands to force a contained explosion within the access shaft of the subway, saving the entire place from collapsing and taking out the innocent civilians below. Still, Spidey isn't unscathed.
Oh my lord.
Stupid cookie. Lucky day. My eye.
In any case, the wall crawler picks himself up and urges the rest of the survivors to find a way out of the tunnel before it gets flooded.
That roof isn't gonna hold. The access shaft has collapsed, and the water's rising fast.
From here, we get a huge reveal from the old man that Spidey had been talking to earlier.
Then I don't want to go to my grave not apologizing to you, Spider-Man.
To me? For what?
For my son. I suppose I should introduce myself. My name is J. Jonah Jameson, Sr.
That's it for now, guys. We hope you liked this video and would love to know what you thought about it in the comments section below. Don't forget to give us a like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more content like this. You can check out the next one while you're at it as well. We'll see you soon. Take care.